everybody, and a warm welcome to my channel, Tarot by Izabela. I hope you're all doing fine, and I'm very happy to see you here. Today's video will be a prediction video for the country of Nigeria. And it will be a prediction video for approximately 6 months ahead. Things that I say could happen much later than that, but we say approximately. And I will be looking into the country of Nigeria with the help of my crystal ball, my tarot cards, oracle cards, and some dice. But before I begin, I just want to thank you all, your wonderful, wonderful viewers, for all of your support to this channel, for your caring, for your sharing, for your beautiful comments. And it looks like we are creating a little small community of like-minded. And it's nice to see that we are not alone, that there are many good people out there all around the world that want the best for humankind and our planet and our animals. And it's very, very heartwarming to see all of you gathering together here. But about the country of Nigeria. A lot of us forget that our world is much bigger than just Europe and North and South America. The African continent is extremely big, and it has so much culture and diversity and wonderful people and natural resources and extreme beauty. And one of those countries in the African continent I'm going to talk about today is Nigeria. And Nigeria is a quite big country, one of the biggest in the African continent, with more than 230 million people living there. And many provinces and many languages. And as many countries in Africa, they also have been extremely exploited by the European, the Portuguese, the English, the Americans. Everyone wants to have a piece of African cake. And still, they're draining the country until today. And Nigeria have been lately, not so long ago, and still is like a test country for the digital currency that the DS, the deep state, want to put on us people. So they are trying it out in Nigeria. The central bank digital currency. And just to see how it goes. And strangely enough, they tried on an African country. They did not try it on a European country yet, but they do it in Africa. Why? I'm going to look into that. And there have been a lot of protests. They closed down the ATM machines. People could not take out their cash. A lot of protests, angry people everywhere. And I'm going to look a little bit into that also. And also what is, if there are any big events for the country of Nigeria. And Nigeria have been a lot of religious clashes also. We have a big population of Christians and Muslims. And also a lot of traditional African religions. And they are always, many, even the Christians and the Muslim, they also have all a little bit of the old African tradition in their daily life. But anyway, for Nigeria, I'm going to look with my crystal ball. And those who are new to crystal ball, I will just make a short explanation. Crystal ball readings, especially with this one, that is a quartz crystal ball, works like this. The crystal ball catches the energy that is already there in the universe, transform it and transmit it to me, the receiver, and I can get the information as something I see, something I hear, feel, taste, or smell. So whatever impression that comes to me, I will say it further to you. And I need to just concentrate on my crystal ball for a few moments, and soon we're gonna start. For the country of Nigeria. Let's see if we can find something on Nigeria. The first thing I see a lot of corrupt leaders, a lot of corrupt politicians in Nigeria as in everywhere. And some of that corruption goes quite deep. And a lot of those people are involved in very, very, very dirty business. And this is about to be exposed. And people gonna react very strongly to that. In Nigeria, they also have a lot of oil and precious metals and different natural resources, or they grow a lot of crops that the West are dependent on. And when this corruption is going to be exposed, a lot of connections to the West is in this corruption. Could be leaders in the States, in Europe, that are involved in very dirty business in this country. And when this begins to come up, they are like, don't want this to be exposed. And I see some kind of oil, where they purify oil, crude oil, and like an explosion on that place. And a lot of internal, it could be some kind of terrorist attacks, yeah, but like hired terrorists to make chaos, not to look where the real problem is. And there are a lot of people with good education in Nigeria, and I see them gathering together and coming up with some kind of plan to try to make the country better for everyone, not just those who have their finger in the honey pot. Definitely in the future, I see like Nigeria is gonna kick out a lot of Western's interests and concentrate on their country to make it prosper for their own people first. And there are gonna be big reforms in the Nigeria, and the whole central bank digital currency, I see that crumble, and they will not be so successful with that, and it will be up for a period of time, but this period will not be so long, and then it crumble, and people gonna get some new kind of currency, some new banknotes, and different kind of money. But it will not be through digital central currency, this super surveillance control system that wants to rob everything of you. No, this will not be there for long. And I also see a lot of Nigerian people that have maybe tried to get a better life in other countries. When they see that their country begin to rise, prosper, a lot of opportunities, I see a lot of those people would like to return home. Yeah, because many of them left their families, their friends, when they went to other countries to try to find job or some better living conditions. Um, the religious factor, yes, as I said, 50% are almost 50% are divided in Christian and Muslims. Like the religious factor is gonna be not put away, but not so important in the future. And old African tradition is gonna have like a rebirth or a combination, a more combination between all of them. And Nigeria is also very famous for their traditional healers and spiritual workers in the old African ways, both bad and good ones. There are a lot of bad ones, evil ones, that do this kind of work just to control people, put fear in them, and rob them of money. And there are also very much good workers, healers that really do a very good job in helping people, curing people, and make to make more balanced. Yeah, and they work more with the good forces of nature. And this kind of combination of old tradition, African medicine, and healing methods also gonna be more into the open and working more together with a new kind of medicine. So it will be a combination of them both. And I see centers opening up in Nigeria where they're gonna learn young people, teach young people more about African herbs and plants and traditional medicine, what they're good for, one, and so on. So one should never put under the carpet a tradition that have worked, medicines, herbs that have worked for thousands and thousands of years with good result, just because the West introduced their kind of medicine. Some medicine from the West is good, but one should never forget those that really worked since many thousand years ago. They are well tested. I'm not sure if this will happen or not, but it could be some kind of gonna try to kill the present president. I don't think they're gonna succeed, but some kind of attack on him. But I think he will escape that attack. Nigeria also have a big coastline with ports and ships and export a lot of goods all around the world. Yeah, and there are the very evil ones that have been exported, living persons, both young and a little bit older. That whole criminal gang is gonna be blown out, and a lot of horrific crimes are gonna be exposed and come to the open. And This will make people in Nigeria extremely angry. And it seems like it is quite close in time. Well, that's what I could see in my crystal ball. Let's continue to the cards. If we can get some additional information about the country of Nigeria. Some additional information about the country of Nigeria. And some dice. One, two, and three. Let's see what we got. We got sister, a frog turning into a prince, and a reflection on. Well, Nigeria is certainly gonna rise. We have the frog turning into a prince. Some country that have been a little bit oppressed by other countries is gonna rise and become very prosperous. And they're gonna build new bridges, new connections, new collaboration with other countries, not only in the West, but could be in the East. And the people of Nigeria are very passionate people. And they have a lot of life in them. They really want to live and enjoy life. And it looks that it has been very hard for many, many people in Nigeria to do so. And times are changing for the better. Still, I see a lot of struggle before the tides turn. Get a lot of women have Queen of Swords, Queen of Coins, and also the sister card here. So the women will get together more in Nigeria and work together like sisters, and the power of the women are extremely big, and it will become even bigger in the country of Nigeria. And women's right and women's position will be different and will be more up. We rise more. And many different schools will be open up. Yeah, not like aiming at the West. Oh, the West is where everything good is. No, these schools will be like trying to keep the population in Africa and rebuild Africa when they kick out most of the Western leeches. They're gonna concentrate on building up the country, make it beautiful, make it prosper. New kinds of methods to grow crops. There are a lot of intelligent people, smart people in Nigeria, and they're gonna come with new technology and will make the crops grow, and it will be extremely more food and other things that they can export. And also small factories that make traditional African could be cloth material, shoes, some work with the craftsmanship, yeah, with the hands. And since also other countries around Nigeria are gonna prosper, and there will be a lot of exchange of goods and money between other countries. And if they want to export to the West, they will be on Nigeria's conditions, not on West conditions, on Nigeria's condition. Yeah. Let's see if I can get some more information. Is there anything more to be mentioned about Nigeria? Oops, falling out. Some additional more information. Like this year will be a year, there could be a lot of problems in Nigeria. People gonna talk, people gonna worry, but they will not take it. It's like, no, 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 enough is enough. We will not let you suck us dry. Yeah. Um, a lot of protests. This one with the bank is not the only one. It's gonna grow, and it's gonna become very big protest. Remember, it's over 230 million people in Nigeria, and a lot of them are young people, and they are, strong and passionate, and they're gonna really gonna fight for better conditions, and they're gonna manage that. Yeah. And things are gonna change for the better in Nigeria. We have three of cups, and two of cups. So, like, very party feeling is coming back. I hear music. See people dancing. Some very good changes are coming up for the country of Nigeria. Mm. Let's take some last cards for the country of Nigeria. And little warning, they're gonna try, when they're trying to kick out the leeches from Nigeria, the bad guys. And the bad guys will try to make some revenge, and they will maybe try to pollute a very important river in Nigeria. So people living around the river that are dependent of the water, both drinking and fishing and moving on that water, they should be very vigilant and watch out if someone is trying to make some problem with that river, with the water, and try to stop them in time before they make some kind of disaster in the water. Let's take some last cards on the country of Nigeria. Some last words. To conclude, everything is just what I said. There are some troubling times ahead. Could be problems, some kind of revolution, people protesting, but it's a procedure of kicking out the leeches. And people gonna get to know each other better. They're gonna find out we really don't need them. We are very, very good on our own. And I see like the country gonna rise. And here we have a lot of women again, and the women's position is also gonna get better with more influence and more power. And that will make also the country grow and prosper. And it's like the theater. We have mask of a theater. The theater, it's going to be exposed. The West's theater, mixing in things that are just to, make benefit of a country, not really to help a country. And a lot of women will be open and talk about that and expose a lot of falseness in the country. And the country goes for success because the last card is Six of Wands, and that is of success and achievement. And in the future, I see like the country exploding in beauty and crops and happy people. And it will be enough for everybody to live a good life. Well, that was my prediction for the country of Nigeria. And to all of you beautiful, passionate, warm-hearted Nigerian people, I wish you all the best. Stay strong, stay together, help each other. And soon your country is going to rise to a much better position for all of you. And to the rest of you viewers, I want to thank you all so much for watching. And if you have liked what you have seen and heard, please don't forget to press like button, share button and subscription button. And hopefully we're gonna see each other soon again. Bye bye.